All right. So I'm Stephanie, for those of you guys that don't know me. Thanks for hopping on the call tonight, and sorry to push it back a night. You know, it's normally on Wednesdays, but I got mastitis, so I was still recovering yesterday. So what this meeting is going to be about is about some tips that I want to share with you guys on how to become team leader, but more importantly about a push group that Kelly and I are starting on Monday. So we decided to do this push group to encourage everybody to get team leader by conference, even if you're not going to be there. Still a good goal to set for yourself. So here's some details on the push group. So we're going to start it on Monday, July the 17th, and then it's going to end August the 6th, which I believe is a Sunday before conference. What we're going to do is we're going to do a $5 buy-in. And the reason for that is at the end, the grand prize is going to be a cash pot. So the person that wins the grand prize will be getting the $5 that everybody's pitched in, basically. So let's say, for example, 20 people join the group. Everyone pays the $5. Then what is that? 20 times 5, $100 would be the grand prize. Now we're also going to be doing a couple other prizes throughout. So we're going to be giving everybody a recruiting bingo board. And this is going to have daily action items for you guys to complete. And on the bingo board, if you complete the weekly bingo, then you get entered into a prize drawing. So we're going to do weekly drawings throughout. So I think 3 weekly drawings, and then at the very end, we'll do the grand prize drawing. Now for the grand prize drawing, you have to have a blackout on your bingo board, and then you also get an additional entry every time you sponsor a stylist during the push training. So let's say, for example, I completed a blackout, and then I sponsored 2 stylists, so I get 3 entries in for the grand prize, which again is the cash pot. So just a recap on that, there'll be weekly prizes, weekly prize drawings, and at the very end of the training, you'll get a grand prize drawing as well. So like sorry, did someone have a question? No? Okay, I thought someone was saying something. So there's gonna be daily challenges, like I mentioned. They're gonna run Monday through Friday, and I'll give you guys some examples of what they'll be in a second. And the daily challenges that we'll be posting in the group will correlate with the exact same daily challenges that you'll have on the bingo board. The bingo board is just kind of make it a little simpler and more fun. And then on the weekends, we're just going to give you guys the weekends that time to catch up. So let's say you missed Monday's recruiting activity, then on Saturday and Sunday you can use it to catch up on whatever you missed. Some important dates that are going to happen during our push group. So we're going to do an end of the month. Sorry, if you're not on mute, will you mind muting yourself? I'm not sure who it is, but I hear some background noise. Just so that when people hear the recording later that they don't get that noise. Thank you. So end of the month opportunity call. So this is going to be on Wednesday, July the 26th. And it's going to be in place of our team meetings, just for that 1 week. And what it's going to be, it's just going to be like a call that you guys can get on for anybody that has people interested in becoming a stylist. It's going to be like a Q&A session, so they can come on, hop on in our team meeting, see how awesome our team is, and then ask their questions about what it's like to be a stylist. So that's what the opportunity call is going to be for. And again, that's going to be the last Wednesday of the month, so July 26th. And then the following Monday, it's July 31st. We are going to be doing a new stylist training, also on via Zoom call. The reason we're doing that is so that we can give people a deadline. So our idea is, let's get everybody on this new, on the opportunity call so they can learn more about the opportunity. And then we can say, okay guys, we have a training that starts Monday. So if you want to get in as a stylist, you got to enroll by Monday so you can start with everybody else on the training. So that's the whole idea of doing it that way. When Kelly and I were doing Beachbody together, that worked really effectively because when people have deadlines, they're more likely to fulfill them and sign up. So that's our idea with that. Hopefully it works well. We're going to try it out this month. So I think that was it in regards to the details on the group. Does anyone have questions so far about the push group? All right, if anyone is managing the chat thing, let me know because I forget to look at that part if someone has a question later. Okay, so I'm just going to go over some of the action items that we're going to be giving you guys for the push group. So one of them I can tell you right now is to define your why. And I think we're having you guys share it as well on social media. So for example, my why, when I started Color Street, we had just moved to Texas where we just bought a house. And I was pregnant with this one, and she's my number 2. So my why was to be able to afford things for our new house. So we're on one income because I'm a stay-at-home mom and we like to keep it that way. So anything that I can earn extra from home while being with my kids was something I was looking for at the time. So that's my biggest why, is obviously my kids and our future home. So that's something that we want you guys to all come up with. Like, why did you initially jump into the stylist opportunity? Why did it sound appealing to you? So another thing we're gonna have you guys do is create interest lists. So on Facebook, you can actually create custom news feeds for people you follow. So for example, let's say I sent samples to Sally, Bobby, and Susie. So you can create a list on your Facebook where you select Sally, Bobby, and Susie, and those people show up in a separate newsfeed when you click on that interest list name. And you can even call it whatever you want. You can call it like samplers. So then when you, instead of scrolling your newsfeed and commenting on people's things that maybe aren't gonna move your business forward, you can just click on samplers, and instead of, like I said, commenting on other people's stuff, you can go and comment and like on your samplers so that you are building that relationship with them. So it kind of helps you stay focused, because I know Facebook can get kind of crazy when you're trying to work a business through it. So this is a good way to kind of continue to build a relationship with people that you've given samples to, or people that are your customers, or even people that are on your team.
Lost my parking ticket, but
or your
it was in my bag.
teammates, so that you can comment and like on all of their Color Street posts and help boost their posts. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that real quick. So let me know if this share screen thing works. Share screen, desktop. Nice. Sorry guys, I've never done this through my computer before, just through my app. Share computer sound? No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah, okay, cool. I see nodding of heads. So, if you go to home, if you look on this side here, you'll see, you okay? You'll see friend lists. Sorry. You'll see friend lists right where my mouse is. So you just click on that, and then you click on create list. Hey guys, just a reminder, if you're not on mute, to try to mute yourself. I know I have a loud one over here, so I apologize for that noise. But just so that people that hear the recording later can kind of hear this.
So sorry, I had no idea.
Oh, no, you're totally fine. Honestly, the first time I was on Zoom, I couldn't.
This is the first time I've done this, and my baby's totally screaming. It looks like you have one too.
Yeah, thankfully Grandma just came to relieve me.
Okay, I'm hitting mute now.
Okay, sounds good. No, and it's my fault because I don't know how to mute everybody. So typically I'm the one that's supposed to do that, but I don't know how. Okay, so list names. So you can, like I said, make it whatever you want. So let's say I want to follow up or have a customized list for all of my customers. That way I can continue to build a relationship with them. It's not like, hey, just buy from me and I never talk to you again. You can go and like build a relationship with them and start adding people. So let's say I want to add Avery because she's on here, and I want to add Taylor because she's on here. So then it's really simple. So you just add whoever are your customers. And then, let's see, I'll go ahead and create it just so you guys can kind of see what it's like. And you'll see that I have a customized news feed just for these people. So I scroll down.
Hey, Brandon.
Then you only see things that they've posted or that people have posted on their feed. Does that make sense? So it's a really, and like I said, you can even do this for your team, so you can just help boost their posts. So I am planning on creating one for my team, for my customers, from people that I've sent samples to, and then also my dream team, which leads us to, oh, Bethany raised your hand. Bethany, what's your question?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. This is my first time using Zoom, so. Okay, so sorry, how much did I miss?
Did you just hop on?
Yeah.
So kind of a lot, but I have detailed notes here,
Okay,
so I can send them to you if you want to. And you can go back and listen to the recording too.
Yes.
I just had to start like right away because I have the free version like Kelly, so I think it cuts us off after like 30 minutes or something.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So does anybody want me to go over how to create the interest list, or did everybody get that? If you need me to repeat, take yourself off mute, and I can do that again. All right, I'm gonna move forward then. Okay, so like I said, this leads me to my next point, which is your dream team. So another thing we're gonna have you guys do is create your dream team. So if you haven't done this already, this is really important.
You have to because you ate
Oh,
up all the snacks.
I guess I should stop sharing my screen.
Yeah.
Let me see how to do that.
Yeah.
New share.
Do you need help?
No, there's not. I had to take those to lunch today.
Stop share. Okay, hi. So dream team. So what that is people that you would absolutely love to have as stylists on your team. Like you think that they would kill it in this business. And so you're like, okay, I really want that girl on my team.
No,
So
that was 2 days
I can't remember the amount of people we want you to put on your dream team, but that will be one of the activities we have you do during the push group. And the reason I bring that up is because you can actually make an interest list on Facebook for your dream team. So that way you are building that relationship with your dream team people before you reach out to them and say, hey, I really want you to be a stylist on my team. And maybe don't say it that way, but that way you're not just like out of the blue messaging them after like not talking to them for a couple of days or years or months or whatever.
I can't hear you.
You've built that relationship back and forth before
You gotta come here. I have somebody talking.
Extended that invitation. Let's see.
Yeah, almost, but not every time. And I made it the last time.
Sorry, I'm gonna just see if I can figure out how to mute y'all because I think someone's on their phone and I don't know if there's a way to mute them.
No, I made some in between here.
Oh, here we go. Mute all. Guys, figured it out. 20 minutes into the call.
I need this.
Here we go. Woohoo! Okay. So, next thing. So, make recruiting posts meaningful. So, what I mean by that is I want you guys to start focusing, again, like on your why when you share recruiting posts, but also on the F's that we talked about in the last recruiting call that Kelly did. It's in the diaper bag. Sorry. So F's we talked about with Kelly were finances, freedom to like work from home, freedom to like create your own business hours, all that good stuff, freedom to be your own boss. So finances, freedom, faith in yourself that comes with building a business. And there's another one and I can't remember what it is right now. But anyways, so when you guys do a recruiting post, we want you to be including one of the F's in your post. And then along with that, a picture of your face. You guys do like a colorful background with just like words on it. I feel like people typically scroll past that a little bit more. So try to find a picture that relates to your post. Like if you're talking about finances and how you are saving money to buy a house, like post a picture of you and your family in front of the lot or something like that. I don't know. I think that's just a way to get people to connect with you on a deeper level. Plus, if people aren't necessarily commenting on your post because they're interested in joining your team, at least they'll be commenting cute family and they're going to boost your post. So that helps too. Let's see. Okay, so that's basically it for the push group. So again, it starts on Monday, $5 buy-in. I think we're all PayPaling Kelly. And that should be it. If you guys have any questions about the push group, let me know. But I'm going to go on to some tips that I have for you guys about how I became a team leader. So my first one is don't stop sponsoring stylists. And this one is one I kind of didn't listen to myself the first month because I did a lot of recruiting before launch, but then I had my baby, so recruiting kind of went to the back burner. But I'm back on the recruiting game. And the reason I say don't stop sponsoring stylists is because not everyone who joins as a stylist is going to be a business builder. And what that means is that they might join and then they might never do anything with their business. They might decide, oh, this isn't for me, like the minute they sign up. Or they might sign up and maybe like sell a set or two and then feel like a little burnt out and may not go further. So even though you might have like 20 people on your team, maybe only 5 of them are actually building a business. So continue to sponsor. I don't know why someone's knocking on the door. Yes? Okay, maybe they're not knocking on this door, sorry. So continue to sponsor so that then maybe the number that you see isn't that big, but that the business builder number that you see is a bigger number. I hope that makes sense. One example I want to share is like a little over half of the people on my team are currently business builders. So even though it may seem like I have a large team, only about half of them are actually working business. So keep that in mind when you're recruiting. And then around I say this all the time, but around 1 of every 10 people you talk to will be more likely to join the business. So if you have a goal to recruit 3 people during this push group, then you need to at least invite 30 people to the opportunity, or talk to 30 people about the opportunity. Okay, so my next tip, recognition. You guys have to be on top of recognizing your team for their success. So I make it a point for every Monday, post my recognition to my team page, because I want my stylists to know that I know where they're at and that I recognize their hard work. And the reason for that is because you can't be a team leader if you're not physically leading your team. So it's really important that you guys recognize that your team is what makes you be successful, basically, which is super cool. I mean, I love the teamwork aspect about this business. So another thing is make sure you have it on your list of things to do to check in with your teammates during the week. So whether they're people that, like I have some team members that will reach out to me, so I connect with them that way, and then I have some that are more like hands-off, so like they prefer that I email them or whatever. Or I have some that honestly would prefer probably not to be emailed at all. So you kind of have to take it as you feel that they need it. And then one other thing is your stylists are going to have a lot of questions for you. And a lot of times you won't know the answers. So what I try to do is always just say, you know what, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find one and I'll get back to you. So always make it a point to try to answer your stylist questions and be there for them. Okay, so my other tip is try and be bonus qualified by the first half of the month. So if you're new here, bonus qualified means sell 300 PV. So PV means personal volume. So the reason for that is if you're not bonus qualified, then you can't make commissions off your downline. But that's not my point. My point is try to be bonus qualified by the first half of the month, because then the second half of the month you can focus on your team and helping them become bonus qualified themselves, and also helping them in achieving any goals that they are working on in the business. So focus on, like, obviously take care of yourself, get yourself bonus qualified, show your team that you did it, and then help them. Lastly, my last tip is to come up with daily affirmations that you can say every morning to yourself that will help you have a positive outcome in the business. So, for example, here are some of mine. I should have had them pulled up. But I do daily affirmations every morning. I know it sounds super cheesy, but I do them for like my personal life as a mom, and then also as a business owner. So, for example, these are things that I say to myself that aren't necessarily true, but I wish them to be true. So, for example, I'm a patient mom. That's not true, but I tell myself I'm a patient mom so that I will be a patient mom. Another thing, I am an organized housewife. Okay, I'm not organized at all, so I tell myself I am organized so that I will be organized. So these are examples of positive affirmations, and those are just some of the ones I do. But for business specifically, some I tell myself are, I add 3 people to my team every month. I listen to personal development every day. I'm confident when talking to people about the business opportunity. So maybe you can even Google like business affirmations and come up with some of your own, whatever your goals are. But I find that really, really helpful in starting my day right. So that's my last tip. I was worried that I was going to talk for hours and would only have 30 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it is. And then I ended up not even going 30. So I'm pretty proud of myself right now. Does anyone have questions for me? I'll just open it up for questions until we end, I guess, if anyone does have questions. Feel free to unmute yourself when you do. Don't be shy. No questions? All right.
Okay, I'll say something.
Okay, hi.
I'm just trying to figure out the app, honestly, because
I thought you were trying to unmute yourself because you were like reaching like this. So I was like, So I was kind of trying to wait for you. But
Okay, so it seems like a lot of this call is about building your team, which is awesome. I am 3 days in. Just got my kit today. Did a live video on my group with 17 people in it. 5 people showed up while I was live. I felt like that was pretty good odds.
That's awesome. Yeah.
There
you go.
Super excited about it. So I guess my question is more along the selling line, because that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I already have people wanting to sign up under me, but I do want to be competent as far as the process goes, the actual application, the actual having a party. And so my question is more about the actual procedure of selling. So let's say I've got my 10 sets, you know, I already put on one today. It looks awesome. Super excited.
Cute.
So let's say I want to sell one of these sets. What's in person? So they take it home. What's the best way to do that as far as, so I'll have a hostess and we'll have to do it through the website, but do I have them do most people just have them use Square or PayPal and pay and then transition it somehow to the website? Or does anyone have like a laptop set up where people order it from the website and then you give it to them? Or like, how do people do that?
Oh, congrats, Avery. That's awesome. So Laura, to be
Yeah.
honest, I haven't sold any in-person ones. I just do it all through my website. So I'm gonna let someone else answer. I think I'll let Avery answer because she's raising.
Awesome.
So me and Andrea have done a together, and kind of how we've done it is if we have them on hand and we sell it, we still do a paper form, get what they ordered, and then get their credit card information on there, so you don't have to deal with the charge that you would do if you did it on PayPal. You're responsible for the 3% charge or whatever.
Right.
And then
Okay.
we just go online and replace all of what we have on hand with what they did with their
Yeah.
card.
That's
And
what I was thinking, but I was also, sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry. So we just, whatever, like, so say I had 3 people that took it in person, I would go on there, put it all in one thing, and then just charge each credit card for however much it was for their product, and then just get it shipped to me to replace the product that they
That
took.
was the question I had, was shipping. So if I'm doing a party with all local people and everyone there, I could just have it shipped to me and have one shipping charge. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that what most people do? And then I would just hand deliver?
You can do that, yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to see what all my options are, and it's just see what the best way, and I guess a lot of that's going to be trial error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I don't have more advice on that. 'Cause
That's okay. It's a new company. We're all learning.
yeah,
Hey, Steph,
yeah, go ahead, Hillary.
I have something to say about that. You have to have 3 orders to make a party, and so your individual credit cards have to run individually. Does that make sense? Tim, can you turn that down just a little bit, please? So
Sorry.
if you take an individual order and you want to charge their credit card, you have to. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I had my screen covered. I was eating,
Oh,
so I didn't want to be rude.
I'm like, where is the person?
Anyway. Sorry, I was eating, so I covered my screen. So if you have a party, or if you're doing an event, or you sell something on hand, you have to put it in. You can have it shipped to you. That's fine, but you can't. You have to have to do a party. You have to have 3 purchases, and then so like you were saying, everybody at the party could put it, have it all shipped to you and save on shipping. In theory, yes, but you've got to have 3 people to make a party, and the hostess counts as 1, and you would count as 2, but then there would have to be somebody else. Does that make sense?
I'm trying to, okay, yeah, so that makes sense, but is it possible to put their name with my shipping address? Or would that screw it up for later?
Sure. No, that's fine. I mean, you can have it shipped to wherever you want. The shipping address will be different from
But
the
it just
billing
has to be
address,
different.
obviously.
It just has to be a different transaction with a different credit card. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. So if you've got different credit cards, each credit card is going to have to pay shipping.
But I would
Does that
have to
make
have like
sense?
their billing address, my shipping address. Oh, but each credit card is going to have to pay their shipping. Okay.
Yeah.
Each credit
So
card has to
then-
have their own shipping. So there's
So then
no
if I'm
really no
selling in
advantage to that.
person, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't say anything. No, that's okay. If you're selling
Okay,
in person, you kind of just eat the shipping unless you charge them the shipping. Like Avery charged shipping for each one of her purchases. If you're selling on a credit card, then there's a difference between selling your stock
Right.
and selling your stock and restocking with their order. Does that make
replenishing mine.
sense?
Yeah, so I guess I'm trying to get shipping.
Right.
So if I have in-stock orders, I have stuff in stock. Let's say I kept a whole bin of stuff and I just sold in stock primarily, at parties at least. Then,
Mhm.
gosh, baby is way fussier than usual, of course. Sorry, it just figures. And then I had the website set up at the party, and they order exactly what I'm giving them, and then I just replenish with what they get. They're still going to pay shipping even though they picked it up from me. Is that right?
Yes, because you paid shipping to get it to you.
Unless somehow I comped them or something.
That
I guess
makes
I could
sense.
try
So
to keep the costs
they're
somehow.
paying for the shipping to get it to the party.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
So I just have to tell
They're
them
still paying
that,
shipping whether
yeah.
they get it shipped direct or they get it at the party.
And it is a flat
I mean, it's
$3
$3.
for,
It's not like with some companies $6 or $9.
it just
Yes.
encourages them to buy more than one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So one thing you can do. And I
Right.
don't know
Well,
if
and if you want to say,
sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
There's such a delay on this that I feel like I'm always cutting someone off, but it's just like the delay.
I know.
So one thing I was going to say is that you can go in and actually, like, if you wanted to give someone free shipping, before you close out a party, you can change the amount people pay. So, like, for example, I just did like a 25% off sale because I wanted to hit my jump start really fast, or like before the deadline or whatever. So I did 25% off sale, and I physically went in and took 25% off everybody's retail price. So I ended up paying that, and we just charged a share card instead of
That is very good information to have, because I would love, at least for my opening party, to be able to say free shipping and just not have anyone worry about it.
Yeah, so you could do that. And then also one thing I was going to mention or give like advice to you, when I did my first, I don't know if you're doing a launch party like at your own house or someone's hosting it for you, but when I did my first one, what worked really well for me is using the nail sets that came in my set and not selling those. Instead, I would just make everyone go to my website to buy. One, because then you don't have to deal with like that whole issue, and two, because then they familiarize themselves with my website, so if they want to go back, they know how to do it. Anyways, what was I going with that? Oh, so what I had the nail sets out, but they weren't for purchase. So I just said, if you place a buy 3, get 1 free order tonight, then you get to take a set home with you. So that way they had like an incentive to buy that night.
So they actually did buy 3, get 2 free.
Yeah, exactly. And people were like, wow, that's a steal. I'm totally doing that. And for me, I was like, I took my basic starter kit as a startup cost. I didn't really think like I paid for that, like the nail set itself, because I was like, well, for me, that was the cost to sign up. So it didn't really feel like such a hit.
No.
That's just a suggestion I would have to kind of incentivize people to spend a little more. Taylor, go ahead.
So I had another idea. I had wanted to order some inventory up front before even having my launch party. So I talked to Kelly about how to do that the best way. She said to host my own event, and so I did like a pre-launch thing and then I posted on my group that if they wanted to purchase a set ahead of time, then I would teach them to put the whole set on at the party, and then they could go home with complete set. But I also, like, just coming from someone that is a buyer as well of different products, I don't like to wait.
Yeah.
So I want to go to the party and walk out with what I purchased. That's why I liked LuLaRoe, because I could try it on and take it home. So that's kind of what I was trying to go for, but it's really complicated to get it to all line up right. So
no, totally. And I think that's why the buy 3, get 1 free, and then take another one home worked, because they're like, cool, I'm going to get more, and then I get to try this one on. So
especially for the first time, like once they know what they're buying, they know that it works, they know how to put it on, then they are more confident going to the website and ordering on their own for the following purchases. So that was what I was hoping for.
Correct. Okay, so we have 4 minutes. I'm going to get to Taylor's question.
Okay, I'm done.
Hey, so obviously I'm new here too, like yesterday, so I'm like brand new.
Welcome.
Thanks. So just hearing you guys talk, I guess my question is, so like you said you did like a 25% off, or like the buy 3, get 1 free, and then they could take the set. So is that completely in our control, or does that like come down and somebody tells us like there's a big flash sale going on now, like promote it this way, or is it completely in our control?
So that's completely in our control. So the buy 3, get 1 free is Color Street. Like they made those launch specials. So buy 3, get 1 free will be there until we get new catalogs, which I don't know is when. Also the buy 1, get 1 free French, same thing. So when people, I actually have one person who did buy 3 from me, like inventory wise, and so I gave them a free one as well. Like I honored the same thing that Color Street would if they were buying through my website.
Mhm.
What was I on with that? Oh, so yeah, you get to decide that. So,
But
yeah.
if we do, so like you said, you did the 25% off on to like kind of like account for shipping, but then it comes out of my personal bank account.
Yeah, and I wouldn't recommend doing 25% off like all the time. I
Right.
just did it because, and I'll go over this with you, Taylor, but in the business, there's jumpstart goals, and in the first 30 days, they want you to sell 1,000 in nails. And so that's a pretty lofty goal for your first month. So I was like, hey, I want to hit that so that I can show my team that they can do it too. So that was my goal. So I was like, I'm willing to sacrifice the commission because we make 25% commission to hit that goal. So I'll still make that money back. I just won't be making profit off of it. Which was, like I said, I was willing to sacrifice that because I'm like, I want to hit that goal. Plus, once you do hit that goal, you get you get hooked up by Color Street. Like, they give you like product packs. You'll get like free nail sets and a ton of other stuff. So yes, but we'll go over that together.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, guys, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds. Anyone have a last minute question? All right, well, I might end it right here then because I feel like if someone asks a question right now, I might not have time to answer it. So thanks, guys, for being on the call. Again, the push group starts on Monday, and we'll have more details for you by like Sunday night probably because Kelly gets back from girls camp on Saturday morning. So her and I are going to chat again, and then we'll get that all set up. Oh, and I should mention that we're going to do it in a Facebook group, but Kelly likes message threads. I like Facebook groups. She likes message threads. So we're going to do it in both places. And you can obviously remove yourself from the message thread if you're like me and you don't like message threads. But we'll be posting the daily action items in both places. So there you go. So again, thanks for being on the call, and we will give you more information on Sunday. So we'll look forward to hearing from you guys on Monday when we start. Okay, bye guys.